Good morning, Kumar.
Morning, Badri. How are you?
Good, good.
You're back from your travel?
That was about, 2, 3 weeks back. We had just got to New York.
Okay.
Yeah. I was here last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw you in the
End
team.
of this month, I'm going to Japan for about 10 days, so I may miss about 2 classes. I don't know. I'll see. I'll let you know.
Okay.
So, weather is hot where you are?
It's it's getting it's getting warm. Yes.
Yeah. Same thing here. Today we are going to be 9, 10 degrees from minus 12, minus 14 to.
So must be feeling very good, huh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. We are already in shorts and a t-shirt here.
Yeah, I know. I can see you already. You are in a white. Good, good, good.
Yeah. Our air conditioners have been on for the last week or so,
Mm.
especially during the day.
Yeah.
I can hear it turning on because during the day it has been quite warm.
Mm.
Let's close the door.
I'm on.
Morning, good evening, Mohan. Good afternoon, whatever.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, man.
Good morning. But how are you?
We are the only MITians online.
I know.
This reminds me of the first year in MIT where you have to get to the class early if you want to sit in the first three rows, right?
I was never a first bencher, so I
No,
didn't have much.
I was never, but I know that most of the hostelers would come before their breakfast and reserve they'll put their books and things like that and
Oh,
walk.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. Ah,
Because once just one day, I wanted to know how these fellows, the first two rows, first two, 3 rows, they're always there. So I got there just to check around 7:40 in the morning, and already books were there. And anyway, we lost a significant space of one bench to the girls.
yeah. And such a
Maybe they
small
thought of
classroom.
maybe for them it was a punishment. They could only sit there, nowhere else.
The classrooms were also very small, if you look back. Yeah.
No, that classroom was pretty big. We were 80 in that class, and there was space in the back for at least another 5, 6 rows or more.
Now, how can it be 80? Because we were only 30, 33
No. IT was also with us
for the
in the
first
first
year.
year. First year, yeah. It was a combined class. Anyway, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll continue this later on. Interesting facts.
Namaste.
Namaste, Usha. Hello, Akka.
So you were having a mini MIT alumni meet, huh?
For 45 seconds, Usha.
I know. I heard some people's memory are better than others.
You have enlightened hearing. What can I do?
My memory is all gone. I don't remember anything.
Okay, let's start with 3 Oms. Namaste, everyone. Please take a deep breath. Namaste, everyone. So, Purna is not here. She's traveling, I think. That's what she said. Anyways. Hopefully she's not flying via the Gulf countries. And I don't think you want to hear me chanting. So let's jump straight into the sutras. This is where we left last week. We left at
344.
3:44. Yes. And we started at 3:30.
339.
Yeah. So let's go back. Yeah. So this is where we started. And in this sutra, we saw Bandha Karana Shaitalyat Prachara Samveda Cha Chittasya Para Sharira Avesha. So, because the cause of being locked in the body becoming weak. So, we discussed this quite a bit. As the chitta begins to understand that it is not this body. This is the most important concept. We have been talking about this for the last almost 6 months. So here we are using that concept that has become weak. That chitta's bandha, that how it is bound to this body, and it is constantly thinking, I am this body. That is why we have all this kind of pain, suffering, all that. So with the vidya of what we have learned and through all the experiences that we have had, the chitta has become weak in connection with the body. It is able to understand, oh, I am not this body, I am different. I am an entity by myself. This body is only temporary. Maybe 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 100 years, 120 years, 150 years, whatever. It's not a permanent thing. And then I'm going to leave this body. And because of my karma, I may come back. And I am doing this. Now I understand that I should permanently shed this cycle of birth and death. So it has understood all this. Because of that, Shaitalyat means becoming weak. Because of that weakness, when there is a samyama, because of the cause of being locked in the body becoming weak, and by the ability is due to the connectivity with the divine and the samyama, that is the ability of transferring sensations of the chitta. That is, the chitta is able to move from this body to another body. Another's body is entered. That's what the sutra is all about. And we saw a very great example about Adi Shankara entering another body during a debate. All that we saw. I sent you the video also. You must have seen. So let's move on from here. And then we saw this sutra again, when the Udhana Vayu. So the Udana Vayu is the Vayu that is flowing through the Sushumna Nadi, going all the way up and connecting upwards. Sorry, Udana Vayu is the one which is going through the Atma. Sorry. So based on this, when we become, when the Udana energy, when the Udana energy or Vayu, you have control over that. That is, we are able to sense it and you can feel it moving around and all that. Then there is a siddhi that can happen to you, where you can move over Jala, Panka, and Kantaka. That is, Jala is water. You can walk over water, not on water. Similarly, Asanga, that word Asanga. Sangha means together. Asanga means without. So here it means without contact with water. Kantaka is thorns, Panka is swamp. So you can go over all that. Not only this, rocks, mountains and all that. You have to include everything. He has given you 3 so that you can understand that anywhere it can happen. So one can, Ukrantehi is you can go over that. That's what it means. So that's why a conquering or controlling Udvana in place of what, blah, blah, blah. One can move above without contact. So Samana Jayat. So the Samana energy. So that is the one we saw as the one that gives you that radiance, because this is dealing with the gene. So the gene production, everything is because of samana. As long as gene production is there, has to be there, otherwise we are dead. So because of this samana vayu, one gets when one gets control over samana vayu, everything is completely balanced in the body. That's what it says. And you get the prajvalanam. There is so much of tejas, because there is such a balance. Every part of the body is shining. Mostly the samana energy is coming through the eyes. That's what they say. So you will see that brightness in the eyes. Then we saw Shrota Akashayoho Sambandha Samyama Divyam Shrotam. So by Samyama on Akasha and hearing, you get very high enlightened hearing. That's what it says. Similarly, the next sutra is on the body and Akasha, space. Akasha, Sambandha Samyamat, Lagutula Samapattehe cha, Akasha Gamana. So by doing the Samyama with the space and the body becomes very light. Lagu is light. Light like Tula. Tula is cotton. As light as cotton, and that helps you to travel without having to board a plane or a chopper or whatever. Akasha Gamanam. So Akasha Gamanam means travel in the space. Then Then we saw this sutra, Bahihi Akalpita Vrittihi Mahavideha Tataha Prakasha Avarna Kshayaha. Kshayaha means weakening again, wearing away. So Prakasha Avarna, that which was covering, that Prakasha, that light, Avarna is covering. That wears away. How? By this samyama, where visualization of unimaginable expansion outside the body into a great, because now we know the chitta can, because of the earlier sutras, we know that the chitta can go out. The chitta can not only go out, the chitta can be made to be very, very big. That is how all this sakshatkar anubhava, where Arjuna saw Krishna, right? Krishna gives him that sakshatkar anubhava of that huge divine being. So these are all, that is the sutra that we have to apply here. Such things can happen with that siddhi. So Sri Krishna obviously he had that siddhi to show Arjuna that is the real divine being. So I mean that was mainly to tell Arjuna, don't see me as this body. I am beyond this body. I am directly connected above with Ishvara. That's what that experience for Arjuna was all about. So this experience anybody can have. So that's where we stopped. Any questions before we move on to the new sutra? Okay. Stula
Sir,
Swarupa Sukshma Anvaya.
sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, you said the chitta, I mean, when a person gets siddhis,
Mm.
he can move the chitta into someone else's body or move around in space and come back, right?
Mm. Mm.
So what is the difference between this chitta
Mm.
and the chitta which moves away from a dead body, a body which dies naturally in the sense by accident or old age or whatever, without our knowledge? If the chitta when a body is dead, the
Mm.
chitta also moves out, right? Then
Correct.
also, in that case also, the chitta moves out,
Correct.
right? And
Yes.
with siddhis also, the chitta moves out. So
Yes.
what is the difference between this chitta and that chitta, sir?
Good question. So today I am sick, so I'm not able to get up from the bed. So let us assume for a moment that my wife is kind enough to bring the soup or whatever she makes. She makes rasam and brings it to me and feeds me, right? Tomorrow I get better and I'm able to walk to the kitchen by myself. I'm able to pour the rasam into a cup and come back to a chair, sit down and drink. There's a difference, right, between the two?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, when I am fully aware, I'm able to move my chitta out of the body. I, on my own, the chitta, I'm able to move with that full awareness out of the body. During death, it is the chitta that makes the decision and it leaves.
So the chitta makes the decision and leaves. Where? Is it not, you said some software upstairs, I mean, software in the sense something up in the cosmos which pulls it and then it goes to a place, hell, heaven.
Nobody pulls it. The chitta knows that it has to leave. The body is gone. The body is no more useful.
Okay.
So it leaves the body. On its own, it leaves the body. When I say on its own, in both cases, In both cases, it is the chitta that is making the decision to leave. In one case, we are aware. See, that is why um, many of these evolved beings, they were able to go into that Mahasamadhi, they will say this. They will use the word Mahasamadhi. What does it mean? They know that on this particular day, they are going to die. So a couple of days prior to that, they will go and sit in a tiny space with only a little bit of it open. And then they will be sitting there and meditating. And after 2-3 days, they will leave the body. 2-3 days or few hours or whatever. They leave the body means, what does it mean? The chitta in their body, with full awareness, they let go of the body and they don't come back to the body. In other cases, where we said the body, the chitta is leaving the body and then enters something else, like Adi Shankara's example. His body was being preserved, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the body was being preserved by his disciples. They had to take care of it because the body
Yes.
by itself has no intelligence to take care of itself.
Yes.
It can do certain functions, that's all. If an ant comes and bites, the body by itself cannot do anything. So that control is from the chitta, and the chitta has left the body. If the snake, if something, an insect comes, a big insect, let's say a rat comes to bite, to nibble on the toes, if the chitta is not there in the body, and the body has no intelligence to take a stone and throw at the rat, or shout at the rat, or take a stick and throw at the rat. Only when the chitta is present, all these things happen. With me?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So in the case of death for normal people who don't have any kind of awareness, we don't know. And so it looks as if the chitta is making a decision on its own and it is leaving, right? Which is correct.
Yeah.
Whereas with people who have this awareness, who have developed this awareness, who have developed the connectivity, they can leave the body whenever they want to, and they can choose not to come back. It is pretty much for them like a normal state of siddhi, where they leave the body, do something and come back, or choose not to come back.
Hmm.
That's the only difference.
Yes, sir.
So not to come back is based on the fact of the understanding that the time has come for them to go to the real home. This is not our real home. Our parents' home on earth is not our real home. And after marriage, living with the husband, that is not our real home. The real home is upstairs. That is the real home. And the real parents are Ishvara and Prakriti. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubts?
Not for now.
Huh?
Not for now.
Okay, not for now. For you, I'm asking in general if anybody has any doubts.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Stula Swarupa Sukshma Anvaya Artha Vattava Samyamat Bhuta Jayaha. So in the English translation, this word you probably want to correct, but it is correct only. Artha Vattva. Okay. Artha Vattva. No, it is given as Artha Vattva. It should be Artha Vattava. Vattva. Okay. It is Artha Vattva. Okay.
It is correct, sir.
Yeah, it is correct. I thought it was Artha Vattava. All right. So here I think he has misspelled. That's what I got confused. Okay. The word by word thing he misspelled it. All right. Stula. Stula is the physical body. We know that. Stula Sharira. That's what we say, Sharira, for the physical body. Swarupa is self form or Sharira. Stula Swarupa. Sukshma is subtle. Anvaya is association. Another word for association is, if you remember, it is Sanyoga. So both these words will be used depending on the context. That is association, Anvaya. Arthavatva is meaning. Stula Swarupa. So he's putting all the things together and saying Stula Swarupa Sukshma Anvaya Arthavatva Samyamat. So by performing a samyama on the meaning of the association between the subtle and physical form of the body. So we have three forms, right? Sukshma Sarira, Stula Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, and Karana Sharira. We have three. Correct? Everyone? We discussed this long back, 6 months back. Hopefully you are not forgotten. Stula Sharira is this. Sukshma Sharira is the Chitta, the vibrations, the Chitta, the software. And then the Karana Sharira is upstairs. That is the copy from where we got copied into this body. This software that is in our body is only a copy of that. So the master copy of us is upstairs. So that is the Karana Sharira. Because of that, he took a rebirth. Correct? With me? Maybe I should stop this here and maybe this will help. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to... It's a good time to look at this again. We have not seen this in a while. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say here. So this is our gross body, right? Right at the bottom. That's the physical body. Then on this yellow box is all that we are. This is zone C. So the bodily the vibrations are the Sukshma Sharira. This is the Sukshma Sharira. So we are made of these two here. So that's why we keep on saying that we have to understand that we are not this physical body. We are really the Sukshma Sharira. So then this is the Karana Sharira, where it is named as individual Chitta. This is the Karana Sharira. So from here, the copy was sent, the software copy was sent into this physical body. And as long as the physical body is good and fine, whatever, as long as the physical body is alive, this also stays with the physical body. And the moment the physical body dies, this goes back. This leaves and goes and updates whatever needs to be done and merges with this. And then, because of the karma thing, after a while, it is going to come back into another body. That's what happens. This is the cycle of birth and death until such time the karma becomes zero. When the karma becomes zero and our vidya, the kleshas, everything, we have burnt away all the samskaras, then because of this connection here on the left, that green arrow here, which is connected to the cosmic intelligence or Ishvara, we can merge with Ishvara. Is this making sense? Okay, let me assume that makes sense. I'll stop here. Any questions in this before we move on?
Yeah, Kumar. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hello.
I was wondering on the sutra right before this, then, where it talks about how we or like the possibility of leaving the body. I know Rajan said this a few times and explained in examples, but I wonder, like, are we, like, not we, but we leave the subtle vibrations, you know, I'd like to move that energy, or is that just intention and awareness that we're moving? Or we don't go up to our imprint at all, to the B1 or B2, right? We don't go to the B2 to move to somebody else's.
No, we don't go to B2 to move into somebody else's body. We go from here,
Subtle
from here
vibration.
to here. Supposing this body is like the one that we saw, that example that we saw. If this body is, say, dead, you can enter into this body through here,
Yeah.
directly from here to here. You don't have to go all the way up to do that. The ability to move from here to here is there.
Mm.
That is the siddhi. That is the siddhi part. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. From the vibration. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the sutra part. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So, by doing the samyama on the meaning of the association between the subtle and physical form. So we are made of both, right? The subtle and the physical form. One conquers all the elements of nature. That's what it is. So that means you get complete control of everything. That is what this sutra is all about. Bhuta Jayaha. Bhuta Jayaha. Bhuta is everything that is created. Jayaha is mastery or victory or whatever. So here the correct word to use is mastery. So that's what it says. Bhuta Jayaha is conquers matter of the material or the material world. Conquers matter or the material world. So you have complete control of everything. What does that mean? You can look up and say when you can form clouds. You can look up, form clouds and make it rain. If it is too hot, you can make yourself cool. If it is too cold, you can make yourself warm. All these various things can be done. That is what is Bhuta Jayaha. So, in summary, that's what we are saying here. By samyama on the meaning of the association between the subtle and physical form, one conquers all the elements of nature. So that's the sutra. And I think there is a note here which says, alternate suggested by Iyengar. He is one of the BKS Iyengar. He has also written a Bhashya, a commentary on the sutras, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So he says, Stula is mass, Swarupa is form, Sukshma is subtlety. In this meaning, by samyama on the meaning of the association between the mass, form, and subtlety, one conquers all the elements of nature. Pretty much what we are saying here. Nothing different. Any questions?
I wonder something that came up recently is I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the Monroe Institute, and they teach some components of your energy, and there's this thing where you can make a seed sprout in your hand. I wonder if that's what they're doing, is they're focusing like so strongly on the energy. I don't know. Anyway, I wonder if that's part of what that is. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone germinate a seed in their hand, but it's on the internet.
Didn't you see that video that I sent long back on Sant Jnaneshwar? That was a movie, Indian movie. Sant Jnaneshwar, who lived in this place called Alandi, close to Pune. Pune is close to Bombay, by the way, Mumbai. So this we spoke about this. So this is the sutra that actually refers to that, where because of his immense control of his the high level of purity and the siddhis that he had, he literally with his siblings who normally would sit on a on a culvert on the side of the road during the day, speaking to people. People would come to them constantly, yeah, because Sant Jnaneshwar was such a elevated soul, and very young. I think he passed away when he was 21, 22, something like that. He didn't live for too long. So even when he was 10, 12, people started coming to him for, help. Help meaning, in terms of difficulties they have this difficulty. So he will give them knowledge, he will give them wisdom. So there was another Siddha in a nearby village who also had some Siddhis, and he would come sitting on a tiger now and then, once in a while, and with all his disciples and all that, and make a big noise. And when he comes on the tiger, normally when you see somebody sitting on a tiger and coming, people get scared. So they run away, and he enjoys that power that, people have kind of huge respect for him because he has that power to control the tiger. So once this man hears about Sant Jnaneshwar, and when he comes to Alandi, he makes this big noise, and then he asks, "Who is this Sant Jnaneshwar? I've heard about him. Where is he? Can he do what I am doing?" So Sant Jnaneshwar hears this. He's sitting at a far away place, but he hears this. And then he's sitting on the culvert with his siblings. And then what he does, he lifts himself with the culvert, of all three of them. With the culvert, he flies and comes and lands in front of this man, few kilometers away, a few miles away, whatever. So this man is stunned. This Siddha who is sitting on the tiger is stunned. He says, "Oh my gosh, I have only control on an animated thing, and you are having control on inanimate things also. That means you are so great. You are very, very great." And then he bows to him and then leaves the village and never comes back. That's the movie is all about. The climax scene is that. So please watch the movie if you have any questions on this. So there are examples of this, how people had control over these kinds of things. And we also have known that Puttaparthi Sai Baba, he could make a statue, a metallic statue or whatever. Suddenly he will make a tiny statue and then give it to one of the participants in the audience. And Puttaparthi Sai Baba, I heard from Dr. Rajan that he also had a Siddhi, because in the Bangalore place in Whitefield, what was the place called? Shanti something, right? Something with respect to Shanti. Shanti Vihar?
Prashanti Nilayam. It is called Prashanti Nilayam.
Prashanti Nilayam. I have gone right up to the gate. At that time, I had no idea about all these things. So very reluctantly, I went up to the gate, and then I didn't go inside. I came away. Anyways, he was supposed to meet with people quite often, maybe a few times a week. And then there'll be, 700, 800,000 people in that hall, I think. And he will give a lecture. And when somebody asks a question from the audience, and if he has to answer to their question specifically quoting an incident from their life, which is, say, personal, then he had that ability to focus whatever he is saying only to that person. Only that person will hear him. all the other 999 will not hear him. He had that ability, like a laser, it will travel only to that person. Highly polarized laser like beam will carry his voice, and only that person will hear. So he had that kind of siddhi. I have heard. I have not experienced it. I have heard. And these kinds of siddhis, this is what we say, this enlightened hearing, enlightened speaking. So some of these are also part of that. But whether Puttaparthi Sai Baba used everything in a right way or wrong way, that is not the discussion here. The discussion is he had this gift, and he also had this gift of bringing something out of nowhere, because matter can neither be created nor destroyed. So he's making a statue, a metallic statue, let us say, from where? From the energy of the cosmos. That energy which we are not able to see, neither he nor you can see that energy, but it is some energy that is taking out of the cosmos and creating it. We are going to see a sutra on that also later on. Or maybe the next sutra itself is probably. Oh yeah. Okay. Any questions?
Yes, could that be that people who die and then they come from other world, they have the same ability to fly? Because I have experienced 15 years ago, my mother wasn't very well, but I had booked a holiday. So my husband and my daughter, we went on holiday to North Africa. And while being there, I felt somebody came and started to tickle my nose. My nose. And I asked who it is. And it was my mother. I thought, how did you come here? I mean, this is another continent. And she says, well, just I did. So you better come home. So I'm not going. That was all in my mind. And in 2 days, we returned home. I took a taxi from airport and I phoned my sister. How is my mother? How is our mother? And she said, well, our mother is not anymore. I said, what? She came to North Africa to tell me she is gone? Wow. So she must have ability to fly, just not bodily, her soul.
Yes.
This was...
We see, that's what I'm saying. The chitta, when the chitta has every kind of ability to do things. It can travel at the speed of light because it's electromagnetic wave. So it only has to think, and the next moment it will be in that place.
That's wonderful.
Because it's electromagnetic wave, just like whatever I'm speaking, you're getting it instantaneously, right?
Yeah, but my mother wasn't a yogi or anything. She was just an ordinary woman.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter. You said that she was no more. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
She died.
Yeah.
While I was on holiday.
Yeah. So upon death, the chittas get all these abilities, right? It can move anywhere it wants. Some of the chittas will be so attached, they won't move for days and be very close to all the people they love. That is why there is a lot of ceremonies that are done in the Hindu culture. Nearly 13 days of ceremonies are done to let go of the soul, to let go of the chitta, rather. We should say it correctly, to let go of the chitta. The chitta doesn't want to go because it is so attached. That is why we have to detach, my dear people.
So she had no problem flying to North Africa.
Yeah, no problem. That's instantaneous.
And I wasn't her favorite child. My brother was her favorite boy. So to him, everything went and I was left behind. But then once when she was very, very ill, she says, "My dear, you are the best daughter to me. You are a best child to me. You behave very nicer than your brother and sister." I said, "What? What are they doing to you?" They shouted at me. Oh, so anyway, she came to say goodbye.
Yes.
I have
And you know, if she was very, very attached, and she could have hung around for a while too. I mean, in certain cases that can happen too. They will hang around for a while before they finally decide, oh, these people don't care for me anymore, because people see, they can as a chitta, you can hear, feel everything, but human beings who are not aware of all these things cannot feel those vibrations, so they don't know. So although they may be coming and talking, or say this departed chitta or whatever is coming and talking to you, if I am not evolved enough, I won't be able to hear. So how long will they do that? They will do for some time, and then they'll say, oh, only, they cared for me then, now they don't want me anymore. And then finally the chitta finally understands somewhat, and probably in a dejected way leaves to continue its journey with the next birth or whatever it has to do.
Yes, well, she was a special woman, but maybe because I could receive sometimes messages from nowhere.
Mhm.
For example, last night I was sitting in the car. We were doing a long journey. It was night, and the road was very narrow and very twisted, curves one after the other, and it was very unpleasant. I'm normally car sick, but it's about 40 years I was car sick last time. But I felt my stomach was lifting up, and I thought, I'm going to be car sick. But then I thought, now what can I do? And I asked, heavens, tell me, what can I do not to vomit? And then I started to do Ujjayi. So I started to stretch my smile, my mouth from ear to ear, and doing Ujjayi as I've learned to do in yoga. I counted 20, and I stopped counting, and the feeling of vomiting gone. I felt so victorious, so powerful. I thought such a simple thing stops the vomiting. Otherwise, I would project it on my husband's head since I was. But that one liberated me from this vomiting.
Yes.
What would you say to that? Is that normal?
Yeah, I mean, these kinds of when you say normal, when there is connectivity, when there is sensitivity, when there is awareness, these things happen. Messages come, you do what you need to do, and you move on.
Yeah, I just started automatically Ujjayi.
Yes.
And work, and I know, wow, I'm feeling less sick. Let's do more. And I did more, and voila, there was no more sickness. It was a good feeling. So,
Yep. See, the thing is, the same thing may not work for somebody else. That's what it is all about. The same Ujjayi, if somebody else feels nauseous and they do this, it may or may not work. It's not one size fits all. And they have to listen to their own awareness. And that's where this connectivity, evolving, letting go of all these attachments, the burning of the samskaras, all those things come into play.
Thank
Otherwise, they have to call you and ask you, what should I do? And you have to do the work for them.
Well, everybody may have different.
Yeah, you will have to, you'd have to do a samyama on them and find out whether Ujjayi will work or something else will work. That's what you have to find out.
Yeah, well, he told me last night, so I haven't met anybody. So, yeah, I think it's.
Now that you have announced to the world, it will come.
I think you are teaching us valuable stuff. Yes, I can't wait when is my next lesson. So next Saturday. I'm learning so much. Wow.
Wonderful. All Patanjali's information, I'm only passing it on. And Patanjali's information is from that Ishvara. So it's all divine's knowledge, divine's wisdom, which is coming through here.
Yeah.
Through Patanjali. Okay. Now, on to the next sutra. Thank you, Tatiana. Thanks for all the wonderful experiences, explanations. Okay. Sutra 46. Tataha anima adi pradurbhava kaya sampat tat dharman abhigatah ch. So tataha anima adi pradurbhava bhavah kaya sampat tat dharman abhigatah or dharma anabhigatah, whichever, depending on how you split the two words which are together based on the Sanskritam grammar. It doesn't matter. It does not alter the meaning, whichever way. So let us see what this sutra is telling us. Tataha, from that, we know by now what it is. Anima, ability to become very small. Adi is etc. or such other abilities, referring to such powers as Mahima, Lagima, Garima, Prapti, Prakamya, Ishtava, and Vashitva. Ishtava and Vashitva. Pradurbhava is abilities that arise or get created or manifestation. We know that. We saw this, we have seen this Pradurbhava earlier in Sutra 9, in the 3rd chapter in Vibhuti-pada, we saw this Pradurbhava. So abilities that arise or get created or manifestations. Kaya is physical body. Kaya, Stula Sharira, all that is physical body. Sampat means wealth or treasure. Kaya Sampat means great abilities of the physical body, the treasures of the physical body. That is abilities, great abilities. I mean, in this context, it is the great abilities of the physical body. That dharma, properties of nature. Dharman, or is of dharma, or of properties of nature. Abhigataha is kills or destroys. Anabhigataha is the antonym, does not kill or destroy. Cha is and or also. So in summary, we are saying from the earlier sutras arise the ability. That is, when this control of the chitta is there, when you have complete control of the chitta, that is to be able to move out, come back, move out, do whatever things need to be done, all that. From that arise the ability to become minutely small as the tiny atom. And such other abilities and great abilities of the physical body that do not violate or destroy the properties of nature. So when will we have these kinds of... So first let us see what are all these abilities. Maybe let's quickly look here. Yeah. Anima Adi. So he says anima. Anima is as small as an atom. Etc. Etc. means he is saying there are so many other things along with this kind of becoming small, and then he is explaining what are all the other things. So the etc. stands for 7 other qualities. Lagima, being very, very light. One can become very, very light like cotton. Lagima, lagu. It comes from lagu. Mahima, maha. It comes from Maha. Mahima is becoming huge, very big. Prapti, ability to reach anywhere. Like how Hanuman could go in search of Sanjeevi mountain. Ability to reach anywhere. Prakamya, achieve all desires, any kind of desire, as long as it is selfless. Rajashri, Priya, everybody for that matter. As long as it is selfless, for the sake of dharma, not to satisfy, no window shopping. Ishtava, ability to create anything. It comes from the Ichcha. Ichcha is the desire. So Ishtava is ability to create anything. And Vashitva, ability to control anything, everything. Anything and everything you can control. You can create anything. Ishtava. Vashitva is ability to control those things. These are the 6 which with Vyasa and Swami Sachidananda. Then Swami includes Garima. There are 2 more. Garima is becoming very, very heavy as one of the 8. Vyasa notes the 8th is as ability to walk anywhere. That's something that we saw earlier. So that's what this is what he indicated here. Anima, Mahima, Lagima, Garima, Prapti, Prakamya, Ishtva, and Vashitva. So all these 8 abilities, Ashta Siddhi, that's what they call Ashta. These 8 are called Ashta Siddhis, 8 Siddhis as a group. And this is what Hanuman had. He had all these 8 Siddhis. That's why he could fly to any place. And because of the Siddhi, he could lift anything. He had that kind of strength. And he could fly back. He could become very, very big. Mahima. That's what he did in Sri Lanka with Ravana. He became very, very big. So all these things. He had all these 8 Siddhis. Any questions? So what is given in Ramayana is not a fairy tale. Please understand. That's why I am spending a lot of time in all these things. It's not a fairy tale. And for that matter, many of these things that we read in both in Mahabharata and Ramayana, the 2 epics of the Hindu culture, Sanatana Dharma, it's not a fairy tale. It's not made up.
Yeah, I got a question. So Hanuman lifted the mountains and back when he couldn't find the Moolige.
Correct.
And then also Krishna lifted the mountain with his little finger, right?
Yes.
So did he have some siddhis or
Absolutely.
the bigger mountain? Did he have more siddhis maybe or less? Or
see, siddhis, when we say Hanuman had 8 siddhis, the known is 8. Unknown may be plenty. We don't know.
Oh, okay.
What is listed is 8. It is based on what we are reading from Ramayana, right?
Yes.
So, if the authors of Ramayana had not written other siddhis which were not known to them or through their wisdom, through their connectivity, they didn't get all the other siddhis that Hanuman had, or it was not necessary to publish all of them. It did not happen. It does
Did
not
he have to?
Yeah, it does not mean that it is limited only to 8.
Okay. Was he bestowed all those upon birth, or did he have to acquire them through tapas or penance?
Good question. And many of these siddhis, like what we saw, they happen through connectivity. When you start on the spiritual journey, the siddhis come when the connectivity starts. When you start connecting when the samadhi state happens. That's how the siddhis start coming.
Oh,
On the way to the samadhi state or at the samadhi state, that's where it starts happening. So
also,
what I'm trying
okay.
to say is there has to be sufficient purity in the person for this to happen.
Oh, so if
So
one can linger,
for sufficient purity to happen, it could be that the person in this birth could come with that purity itself. Take for example, Ramana Maharishi.
Hmm.
At the age of 16, he went into samadhi straight. One experience, a fear of death, and he fully experienced that fear without running away. On his own, he experienced it fully, and then next day he went to Tiruvannamalai, and then had a bath in the pond. And as he walked into the temple, he went into that the first place before you enter the main temple is that Vinayaka, that
Mhm.
Padala Vinayaka. And he
Okay.
went and no, Padala Shiva, not a Vinayaka, Padala Shiva thing. So he went inside and hugged he was so overwhelmed, he hugged that linga, which is um, below the ground level. He walked down, and when he saw it, he was overwhelmed. He hugged it, and he was there like that for three months without
Hmm.
food, nothing, no water, nothing.
So 3 months is definitely samadhi, right?
Even 10 minutes is samadhi. If you go into the samadhi, even 5 minutes is samadhi.
Oh, okay.
It's not decided by the length of time, but in this case, he was in samadhi state for 3 months. Why we are saying that is he was found by somebody else.
Oh,
Seshadri Swamigal was found by
okay.
Seshadri Swami, another evolved soul. He did not
Hmm.
know that he was inside. He felt the vibrations and he said, looks like there is somebody inside. And he then sent his disciples to go and look. And
Oh,
they came running saying that, somebody is there.
all right.
Then when he looked, when the Swamigal also walked down and he looked, he saw this young boy hugging and in full samadhi with a very feeble pulse, because that's how the samadhi state is. When it's kind of a state of hibernation, right?
Hmm.
That is how the body sustains itself with no food, nothing, and then because the chitta is with the divine, correct?
Yeah.
So there is nothing, there is no intelligence to take care of the body. So the rodents had come and nibbled on his toes. There were ants all over the body. And if he had been like that for maybe another 15-20 days, the worms would have eaten him.
Hmm.
So they slowly brought the body back up, and then Seshadri Swamigal, he took him to the ashram and then treated him. And it took a while before he became all right.
Oh,
Yes. So, anyways,
I have a question.
yes.
Can good sex classify as a glimpse of samadhi?
In good sex,
Count as a glimpse of what samadhi is?
okay. I sent a video last week. I don't know if you watched that on Adi Shankar.
No.
Please watch that. The answer to your question is in that video.
I tried, and there was some problem with the reception, so I just could not get through.
There was some problem with
the reception, and then they wanted my credit card and all kinds of things. So I just switched off. I couldn't get through.
Because it is so beautifully narrated in that video. That's why I'm saying. It is not, I mean, the short answer to your question is no.
No.
But why no? You have to, that video explains that.
I actually watched that video fully. It's very eloquently explained by
Yes.
the gentleman. So even he said Shankaracharya didn't have an answer because he was celibate and Acharya, so he had no experience in that, and he had to get some time from the lady Devi who was now battling him in the court after
The debate.
the debate. Yeah, after the husband had lost after the 15 or so many days, and now the second. The judge now, the lady, the Saraswati, they became the. She wanted to argue because she didn't want to lose her husband, from what I understood. So she tried her best to retain the family, and because that was their argument, that family was, the the first foremost, and he was trying to say Shiva. So she was asking that kind of question, and he didn't have an answer to that. So he went, I think, into the forest and had to come out of his body, and people had to watch him, and he had to go into like king's body to, I think, to experience what he had experienced, to get
Yogeshwar,
give
I'm
an
going to
answer.
stop you here. That's what I'm saying. I want her to watch that video.
Okay.
So that she gets that full experience. And
Okay.
there are also books on this, Tatiana. There are also books.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
On the debate between Adi Shankara and Madan Mishra. Madan Mitra, I think. It is one of the very well-known debates. I mean, very well published and very well read about, especially in the spiritual arena. There are books on that. You can also get, I'm sure it's probably available on Kindle also.
Don't have that.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
Thank you.
Yeah. So these are all the siddhis. Let me cover one more. Rupa Lavanya, Balavajra, Sahanat, Sahanatvani, Kaya Sampat. Rupa Lavanya, Balavajra, Sahanatvani, Kaya Sampat. So what does this mean? Let us see. Rupa Lavanya, graceful form. Rupa is form, physical body. Lavanya, graceful. Where is Lavanya? I don't know if she's here today or not. Bala, her name is from here, Lavanya.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here, Lavanya. Great. So, graceful. That's what Lavanya means. Graceful, beautiful, all that. Bala is strength. Vajra Sahanatvani means to withstand. Vajra means that which is very, very strong. I mean, in this case, Vajra means thunderbolt. To withstand a thunderbolt. Vajra. Kaya Sampat is treasure. Sampat is treasure. Treasure in physical body or bodily wealth or perfections. That's how you, in the context. So, bodily perfections are graceful form and strength to withstand a thunderbolt. You can even withstand a thunderbolt. That kind of strength can come from this siddhi. So that's one siddhi. So that one more siddhi. So let me finish this also. Grahana Swarupa, Asmita, Anvaya, Arthavatva, the same word that we saw earlier, Arthavatva, Samyamat, Indriya Jaya. Grahana Swarupa, Asmita, Anvaya, Arthavatva, Samyamat, Indriya Jaya. So, Grahana is what has been obtained or grasped or understood. Swarupa, one's form, one's true self. Swarupa is that form, physical body, whatever. Asmita is, we know, self-sense of an observer. Anvaya, we saw earlier today. Anvaya is association, correlation. Arthavatva is in meaning or purpose of Grahana Swarupa, all the words putting together, is by samyama on the meaning of the association between the understanding of one's true self and self-sense of an observer, Asmita, Indriya Jaya conquers the senses. So I'm going to stop here with Sutra 348.
Can you show us the red part in English?
Yeah. I'm going to read that. That's what it is here. Bodily imperfections. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't read that. Sorry. By samyama on the meaning of association between understanding one's true self and self-sense as an observer, one conquers, enables control of or all sense faculties. That's what it says. So self-sense, we have these two things, right? We have the self-sense of as an observer, Asmita, and we have this Abhinivesha. I am the doer. And then when you understand all these things, you conquer all the abilities of the sense faculties. That's what it says. Indriya Jaya, that's what it means. You become, you get control of all the indriyas, of all the sense organs. Let's see if there's any notes on this. Specifically, Sutra 56. So he's not given anything specifically on any of the sutras. So anyway, we can read this. Sutras 39 to 50. We have not come to 50 yet. Go into many more siddhis that are possible. Sutra 49 and 50 address the highest levels of siddhis. So we have not come to 49 either. So basically, it is a gradation of siddhis. So we are coming to higher and higher siddhis. That's what it is saying. I'm going to stop here. And yeah, 48 will stop. And we'll start at 49 next week. By the way, next week.
Kumar, can you just scroll up a little bit more so I can read the individual meanings?
Yeah, sure. I will send you this.
Yeah. I'm just making a note. Thank you. Yeah.
Sure.
So can we classify this control of sense faculties as one of the stuff that I'm doing, for example, right now, and I'm doing in the last God knows how many years. I'm doing every year Ramadan, and that I feel I'm conquering my greediness, my I don't know. I'm feeling power over my thirst and my hunger, not by pressing something on my neck, but by my mind. I am not hungry, I am not thirsty, and yes. I feel strong.
Yes.
So
actually, we saw one sutra also on that. It said that Kantakupe, that is the hollow of the throat, by focusing here, by doing a samyama here or focusing here, Kantakupe, Kshuk Pipasa Nivrittihi. Kshuk means hunger. Pipasa means thirst. Nivritti means being without food and hunger. The solution, actually. A solution is available. By focusing here, you can be without food and water for days.
Yes, I did that too. But then one day I told myself, I'm not going to do the touching my neck. I'm going to do it with my mind. And
yes.
I'm saying I'm not thirsty or hungry today whole day until the sunset, and I'm fine. No, I have no desire.
Nice, good. That is That's what we call as Indriya Jaya. That is conquering. Indriya, I mean, Jaya means conquering or mastery. Indriya is the sense organ, mastery
Yeah.
over sense organ.
Yeah.
And so it comes under the Pratyahara, one of the 8 steps.
Mhm.
One of the parts rather, one of the parts of Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. The Pratyahara is withdrawal of the senses and getting control of the senses. That's what it is.
Yeah, feels me. It makes me feel immortal. Not really. Makes me feel good that I can. I'm sort of Victoria over my senses and desires and things like that. It's a good thing, good way to start the control.
Yes. Is there any other question? Did we have to discuss anything that I said that we will discuss today? I probably said something. I can't remember what it is.
Out of body experience poles.
Out of body experience?
Pole.
Huh?
Pole.
Ah, yeah. Yes. So, yes, thank you, Madhu. So in that poll, overwhelmingly people have said yes, excepting I think Badri is the only one who did not agree. And he is not here. He's probably left. I wanted to find out why he said no. But anyways, and Mohan had some ifs and buts to his yes. That's okay. That's fine. But the main thing is, if you understand this out of body experience, and most of you have said yes, it is possible. So, without any reservations, most of you have said yes. So that means when we say that such a possibility exists, so the chitta moves away from the body, right? Any out of body experience. I have also said in the class that I had an out of body experience, on another retreat couple of times when I left the body and came back. How I came back, I don't know. I came back. So, but I did not do much during that travel, excepting I traveled. That's all I know. I went up and down. All that I remember is from that experience. It was like a roller coaster ride, but without the nauseating feeling one gets in the roller coaster ride. Without that scare, without that unpleasant feelings, none of that. But it really seemed for me that was the experience that I had. So, but that doesn't mean that the only experience people will get, right? So it can be very many things. And we have seen with Adi Shankara, where he made the decision to leave the body. In my case, I didn't make the decision. It just left. The chitta just left and came back. And this happened in Kolar, near Kolar Goldfields, in that area, Kuppam. In what is that? I keep forgetting. In the Kalki movement, the place, I forget. Anyway, I'll get that name later on. The place is not important. It is just that it happened on that day. It's just that Ishvara's grace that I had that experience. It had nothing to do with the movement. It had nothing to do with the teacher. None of that. Later on, I understood that, much later, after 10, 15 years. That's how the Vidya comes in. Then the Ishvara gives you this realization. Hey, it's not because of you went to that place. It's not because you grew a beard for 45 days. It's not because you had sattvic diet. None of those. I mean, those helped, yes. But I had to give you that grace. I wanted you to have that experience. I gave it. that realization comes. That realization will come when you have that humility. That every experience that we have, it has to be given. Especially the special abilities I'm talking about. It has to be given. There is nothing that you can demand. And there is nothing that somebody else can give you just like that. I mean, there are very highly evolved souls which can do, but there was no such a soul in the moment that I went.
I had feeling I'm flying in my dream.
You were doing what?
I was dreaming.
Oh.
I was dreaming, and then I lifted up, and I was flying over the forest and rivers and things, and it was such a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
It's like heaven. Unreason. I don't know, but I came back to I woke up. So.
Yeah, but in my case, I was not sleeping. I was in yoga nidra, so I was fully aware.
Oh.
Even as it happened, how it happened also I remember, because my body started spinning. That's what how I felt. It was not the physical body that it feels like that, because the chitta is so tied to the body. Initially, it feels that the body is spinning. That's how I felt. And I was wondering why this is spinning. And I was more worried about, oh, I may hit somebody on. But we had enough space between people there, because there was not too many. We had only about 60 people, and it was a big hall. So I was a little worried. Will I hit the pole in the center, because these are all huts, huge, big tents that were constructed. Initially, I had those things. Then I lost that awareness. Then the only awareness was I was spinning slowly initially, and then a little bit faster and faster, and suddenly I was out. And then I went on a big ride. That ride part was timeless. I didn't know how long it was. I'm still unable to fathom and tell you whether it was 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. It seemed forever. Completely, I lost time. The concept of time was gone. So I understood, oh, this is what they say, timeless. Anyways, but I got no useful, no vidya, nothing came. Unlike, Adi Shankara, he went for a particular reason, and he got that information, came back for to the debate, and defeated his opponent with that information. Mine was not like that. It was just an experience. So anyways, whatever it is, it's an experience which I treasure, which I am very grateful about, because I can speak to you, right? So anyways, coming back to the topic, when we understand that, so initial stage is belief, faith, and then that experience, when it comes, it becomes unshakable. And we may not have all the experiences. So with one or two experiences, we understand, oh yes, all these things are possible. Now, having said that, knowing that the chitta can disassociate from the body and be by itself without any issues. And my body was on the floor in that room. And this is the same thing with Adi Shankar also. He left the body for a few days. I did not live for a few days, maybe for a few minutes. How long, like I said, I don't know. Anyways, that's not the issue here. So in the case of Adi Shankara, he left the body for a while and then came back. So until then, the body had no intelligence, correct? Body had zero intelligence. Basic intelligence was the heart was working, the blood was pumped, the body was retaining its life. That's all it was doing. That is the level of body. When we say body intelligence, that is the level of body intelligence. Some involuntary functions are taking place. No other thing. The body is not moving. It is not talking. It is not opening its eyes. Nothing. So everything else is controlled by who? Who is controlling the other things?
Ishvara?
It's a chitta. It's a chitta. It's software. It does everything else. It's so you have to understand this very, very clearly. Like a laptop. Laptop, if I just have a laptop, of what use it is to me without the software? Is it any use? Yogeshwaran?
No, it's not.
It's not. Lavanya, is it of any value? If somebody gives me the most expensive laptop with no software
No value.
as a gift, if they give you will say, thank you very much, and you will return it. I mean, especially if you cannot buy software to install on it, you will just want to do it because it has no value. Same thing with the physical body. Am I making sense, people? Same thing with the physical body. So it is the chitta that has all the intelligence. So we are that chitta. We are not this bloody body. But we are living as if we are this stupid body. And that is the limitation we are facing. And the kleshas, everything is part of the chitta only. The sanskaras are part of the chitta. It's not part of the body, it is part of the chitta. So the entire intelligence, now, can you understand? When I keep on saying it is the chitta, it is the chitta's intelligence. When I say chitta's intelligence, obviously chitta does not, the only part the chitta has is the vidya part, right? The wisdom part. There is nothing else. So any intelligence the body doesn't have, the chitta also doesn't have. Where is it coming from?
Ishvara, I think.
It is coming from Ishvara. Every single thing that you have learned in life, it's coming from Ishvara. The connectivity is so seamless. When we say Ishvara, let us say zone seat, Ishvara may not be directly involved. There may be other aspects that may be involved. For now, to build the relationship with Ishvara, let us say Ishvara. Because we are desperately trying to build that relationship with this, because we are not able to see. We are not able to associate anything with Ishvara. Every single thing, even that the minute thing that you started saying, the very first word, amma, amam, whatever. Where did it come from? It came from that Ishvara. It has to come from there. That channel is there to get all the. That's why we said in that sutra, and way back in chapter 1, in Samadhipada, we said, Tatra Niratishyam Sarvajna Tattva Bijam. There in that Ishvara, Tatra Niratishyam Sarvajna Tattva Bijam. The entire knowledge of the universe, the source, the seed of all knowledge, of all information, of all wisdom is there with Ishvara. That's the sutra. And who is he? Klesha karma vipako aparamrishtah purusha visesha ishwarah. Klesha karma vipako aparamrishtah purusha ishwara purusha visesha ishwarah. He is beyond klesha karma vipako. No fruitioning of karma, etc. for him. Is beyond that. So that means he is beyond the other animate and inanimate objects. He is different. We don't know why. He is different. We are saying he for convenience. It could be a she. It's nothing. There's no gender. For convenience, we are using the word he. Because it's a male-driven society. So that's why we say he. It was a male-driven society those days. For convenience, we are saying he. So, how can we understand with our limited mind? How can we understand this? Only with experiences we can understand. Only with experience we can build that relationship. We had this great relationship until the age of 7. There was no doubt in our minds at all. Zero doubts. That Purusha was, that Ishvara was real until about the age of 7. And then we slowly lost it. And now we have to struggle to even accept there can be something like that. And we took so many years. In these years, only the kleshas have built. The chitta, only the kleshas have become stronger and stronger, and the karmas are becoming more and more. That's what we have done. We did not pay any attention to build the vidya part, the wisdom part, because for that connectivity has to be there, and awareness has to be there. Wanting that vidya, wanting that wisdom. Otherwise, we only got the materialistic wisdom, materialistic knowledge. Right? Even starting from that very tiny A, alphabet, it came from there. The very first thing that probably you remember is 1 + 1 is 2. That understanding, it has to come from there, because the chitta by itself has no intelligence. It's just it is a processor. So, and the processor itself, like how we say Intel inside, a microchip, right? The chitta is a microchip, but it is a software microchip. Very, very sophisticated software microchip. If anyone has worked in a software microchip arena, you will understand. I had that opportunity to work in CMC, not in CMC, in NAL. So I understand that. And the samskaras is individual samskaras, right? The set of programs. So if you look at it, the chitta by itself is pure, unadulterated. It's the same chitta for everyone. The samskaras is what is making it different. It is making it polluted. Right? So once the samskara is taken away from it, then it becomes pure. In that purity, you become Ishvara. In that purity, you become Ishvara. The purity level is so high, the humility will be 0. I mean, the humility also will be very high, sorry. Which means you will never say, I am Ishvara. When the kleshas are very high, the abhinivesha makes it look as if it will say, I am Ishvara. Because we are saying constantly, I am doing it. I have to do it. Constantly, when people call me this word, I tell them, let go of that. Yes, you have to you have to take your physical body and do certain things, but keep on telling yourself it is the Ishvara who is driving you, and not this bloody Abhinivesha. But the job of the Abhinivesha is to cheat you and paint that picture that you are doing it. I am giving the same sermon every week with different words, different presentation. That's all. To drive home this point again and again and again and again. It is so very difficult to let go of that Abhinivesha. Which, in Vedanta we call as ego. In Patanjali Sutra, we split it into two. The observer part, which is that asmita, and the Abhinivesha, the doer part. But to think that, this is what was when a lecture like this is given, when truth like this is given, and if it is not understood properly, it will always give the feeling, then Ishvara will take care of everything, I'll sleep. No. Ishvara will give you the steps. Then you have to go and do the physical work you have to do. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Actually, a few days back, I had a chat with Shruti. She was very worried that she has to work long hours. I had this chat with somebody else also. So I may be wrong if I had used the wrong person. I think Saranya. Saranya, I spoke to her. She's not here today. She spoke to me yesterday. So Saranya, like Shruti, is just starting career. Saranya is much older, but things happen in life that she has to start her career. With the child that is 10 years, 10, 11 years old child, she's starting a career. And she has to work long hours. So I told her, my sister will remember this. When I started my career, I told both of them, this is what I told them. I used to work 60, 70 hours a week. Saturday, Sunday, many festivals, Indian festivals, Diwali, Pongal, I have celebrated at the computer center, not in my house. I myself won't know my schedule. I can never promise anybody, I will be present for your wedding. I will be present for your birthday. I will be present for this. I will tell them, yeah, if there is no call, I will make it. And sometimes I'll go there and I'll get a call, I have to leave. Or I'll be getting ready to go, I will get a call, I have to take the call. I can't fulfill my obligation. These are all part of growing up. When you start your career, it's part of that. One would like to call it a sacrifice. It's not really sacrifice. You're doing that so that you're gaining that experience. If you want that experience to come to you in 25 years, you can do it slowly. You work only 5 hours a day, happily. It will take 25 years for you to gain that experience. And most companies are not ready for that. It was not ready 50 years back. Why would they be ready now? So when somebody calls and asks me, Oh, you know what? I have to work 15 hours a day, 18 hours a day. I have no sympathy for any of this. Absolute zero sympathy I have for that. In fact, I might have used that word also, that I don't have sympathy. That's how you start a career. The same thing is applicable where? Here. In the spiritual journey also, the same thing is applicable. And that's why we are finding it difficult to, that we are unable to make progress because we don't have that kind of commitment. And that's why I keep saying your awareness must hover back to Ishvara. All the time it has to come back. It refuses to come back. It comes only once a day, or it comes twice a day, and then it goes away. But you have to train yourself to do that. Every incident you must see as act of the divine. When something bad happens, put it on karma and klesha. Whenever good happens, thank the divine. You are able to move your hands, thank the divine. You are able to see and perceive, see a friend after a long time and you are so happy, thank the divine. Because the moment the chitta leaves, the body can't do anything, correct? We know that now. Body cannot see, the body cannot hear, nothing it can do. Because for all these indriyas to register anything, the chitta is needed because the driver software is in the chitta, or the connection to the driver software is in the chitta. Right? A printer needs a driver software, correct, Yogeshwara? Right, Shruti?
Yes.
Yes. And the chitta has taken it away with it. If the chitta leaves the body cannot see because the driver software is not there. The link to the driver software is not there. The more we understand this, all these things you have to ponder, people. I can only say so much about the chitta. You must see it as a separate entity. You have to get to that. The body doesn't want so much of food, actually. It needs only very little. It is the bloody chitta which drives the body. It is the klesha in the chitta which says, eat 5 plates, 5 pieces of samosa, it says. Where half samosa or 1 samosa is more than enough for the body. The body by itself will eat only 1 samosa at most. But it is the klesha, the chitta, which drives it to eat, overeat, and then the body suffers. When the body suffers, because of the association of the chitta is so much with the body, the chitta suffers. And then it cries. I cannot get up. I have indigestion. Because they did not cook the samosa properly. You ate 6 samosas, half a dozen samosas. And why will you not have indigestion? So, understanding of the body and the chitta, 2 different things, completely different things. Any questions? I've said a lot of things. Priya, what is the new thing that you're going to do after hearing all this? Do the same thing again?
What is do the same thing again?
Do the same thing again is that sandwich joke. Hear everything but do the same thing again.
No, I don't understand.
No, I have said a lot of things about the chitta and the body, how separate they are.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'll try.
Ponder, 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 ponder. You have to think. That is what is spending time by oneself. You have to ponder on all these things. How beautifully it is constructed. See, if somebody gives you a, a- an object built with Lego pieces, right? Then you would like to take them apart and see if you can put it together, correct? Chitta is like that. The chitta and body are together, but it is like a Lego piece. You have to split it to see what does what. That's why the sutras are giving you all that information. But you have to ponder. That realization has to come. That I am not this body. That has to be there all the time. But I must take care of the body.
Why do we give credit to Ishvara? Why do we give credit to Ishvara when there are good things? When there are bad things, why we do not give a bad credit?
Say it again, Shashi. I didn't catch
We
it.
give credit for good things to Ishvara.
We give credit for good situation to Ishvara, correct?
When it's a bad thing, we do not give this credit.
Correct. We should not, because the bad things come from our karma. The good things also come from karma only, but I'm saying we are splitting it as good and bad. Ishvara does not split anything as good and bad. For him, everything is experience. So to make it easier for you, I'm saying at least you at least the good things you attribute to Ishvara. At least that way you will the bond will become stronger with him. See, the only way to avoid rebirth is the samskaras have to be burnt away. Right? So, and to do that, we need that connectivity with the divine. For that, Ishvara has to extend his hand. And for him to extend his hand, we have to ask him. We have to build that, slowly we have to start building that bond with him. See, if there is a child next door, and there is a child in the house, and this child in the house, I'm constantly calling, speaking, talking, cooing, whatever I'm doing, a young child. And the other child, then in the next house, in my neighbor, I see the child only every day, once every day, and spend maybe 30 seconds. I mean, when the child is walking, when the child is being taken out on a stroller or whatever, I just wave to the child, I say something. Which child will have more bond with me? The neighbor child or the child in the house? It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer. Obviously, the child in the house. So, who will build a bigger bond, stronger bond with Ishvara? One who is having that awareness all the time. Right? It's a no-brainer. If you only think about the Ishvara once a day, he also will come to you only once a day, if at all. It depends on that once a day calling also. If it is a mechanical thing, he also will say, oh, it's a mechanical thing that she is doing or he is doing. Okay. They don't really care. It is a habit. They have to get into the puja room, prayer room every day and stay there for 30 seconds and dump all that they want on my head and run away. Let them do that mechanical. That's what his attitude also will be.
So is that why they say God is Bhakta Paradina? So the way he relates to you, the way you relate to him.
Yes. Not only the way you relate to him, it is also your Shraddha, your Sharanagati. All that is part of that. Sharanagati is that what we surrender to the divine. Ishvara Pranidhanani. Ishvara Pranidhanat. Samskara Siddhihi Ishvara Pranidhanat. We saw a sutra. To get that samadhi state, that surrender has to come. Only then the samadhi state will come. Until then, you can slowly maybe progress. Because for samadhi state, he has to extend his hand, correct?
Yeah.
It is a handshake between myself and Ishvara. And for that to happen, you have to welcome him, invoke him. So without, see, if somebody in the neighborhood comes and knocks on your door, you don't even open the door. And from the inside of the house, you shout, come on, will they come inside? This is our state.
It's like you have to put out a red carpet for him to, come right in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And maintain that red carpet. Stainless. Stainless, that purity inside. But having said all this, I'm saying even for people who are working, who are busy with their daily life and all that, it is still possible to come back. After every, I am making coffee, I'm making tea, I'm adding a sugar. Yeah, you do all that. As you finish and before you start coming back, come back to Ishvara. Oh, Ishvara, because of you, I was able to put all these things together and now I have a mixture to drink and enjoy. I will enjoy this because of you. And because of you, this is an enjoyment. Because of you, I'm able to taste it. Because of my chitta, which has that software, I'm able to understand this taste. The body by itself cannot. You remove the chitta and pour coffee into the mouth. Do you think the body will know anything about it?
No.
Come on, Mohan, you got to talk. Very see, I was also at one extreme end of the spectrum, complete rational mind. I mean, all engineers are pretty much, and I had to travel that entire spectrum. For that, it's Ishvara's grace that he had to wake me up from slumber. And Fortunately, the karmas worked in a beautiful way to make that happen. But it happens to many people. The karma comes in a very bad way. I mean, a few of them are struggling, even in this group. Quite a few are struggling with the karma. But still, that breakthrough has not happened.
When a person has a body pain or the mental pain, how they can concentrate?
It is difficult. Yes, it is difficult. It is difficult. I understand. But in that understanding, you have to understand it is the body which is hurting and not the chitta. Since the chitta is so bound, desha bandha, it is
true.
bound. It is bound with the body. That is why the chitta is complaining. That is why the chitta is complaining.
It is true, but still, bodily pain travels. Physical pain is so much.
So you take, all I'm saying is, for the physical pain, you take pills. With the understanding, this is only for the physical body. It has to be without pain. So I'm giving this. But I am not this body. I'm not this body. I'm not this body. I'm not this body. I'm not. This should be your mantra, Shashi. I'm not this body. I'm not this body. Aham na kayah. That should be your mantra. Aham na kayah. Aham, I. Na, not. Kayah. Kaya is body. Aham na kaya. Suddenly I said this. Keep on telling yourself. Aham chittah. Aham chittah. I am chitta. So constantly think of that you are not this body. Because of the association of the chitta with the body is the reason why this pain, the feeling of the pain, I'm saying, and being troubled by the pain. But I understand. Because I also have a human body, right? So when my knee hurts, I also know. When my foot hurts, I also know. But I keep on telling myself that's the bloody body. I am chitta. But I still have to take care of it. Because I still have some work to do. Not personal work. I work with all my people who are willing to listen to Patanjali Yoga Sutra through me. I have this work. I have this assignment. I am a karana. Karana. I'm a karana. I'm an instrument. Right? We are all instruments. So I have given a long sermon on that aspect that we have to see that we are not this body. We are the chitta, and we are also a very pure chitta. But unfortunately, we have this samskara baggage which came along with the chitta. And when we understand that, we can get rid of that samskara and become that pure chitta. It is the deep understanding that is needed. And obviously, the abhyasa is needed, practice. You have to visit the sutras back and back and back and back and back again. Any other question? Any questions? So, I mean, all this discussion was based on that poll. Madhavi, thanks, Madhavi. She reminded me of that. Because of that poll of this out of body experience. So, from there I came to this saying, that's how you understand this chitta is the one which has all the intelligence. The body is nothing. Body is just a vehicle. It's like a car. Is the driver more intelligent or the car is intelligent? Tell me. The driver, right?
I came across two ladies, and they told me they don't feel the pain. I said, "Oh, everybody feels the pain." So no, when I have pain, I tell myself it's not me, it's the body next to me. And I said, okay, you're not two, you're just one. No, there is a body. I take the pain and I'm free.
Actually, I don't even keep the body close to me. I tell the body, you are in Krompet. That is my parents, my paternal home. Whenever I get some pain, I tell, oh, you are in Krompet. You are not here.
Well done.
Whenever my body parts, when some pain is there, I tell the body, I don't want you now. After the pain goes, yes, come to me. Until then, I don't want you. Okay.
So you have to take insurance in India.
Yes. No, you do whatever you want. Come back to me healed. Okay, here. Okay, here. Take this pill. Take this cream. I'll apply it for you. And I will swallow the pill for you because you will not swallow it on your own. So I'll swallow it for you. So that disconnection, you have to see it that way. You have to be completely disconnected for it to not bother you. Bother you in a big way. Some tiny things here and there, that's okay. Small things. I mean, it will say, I'm hungry, you have to feed it. My stomach is already growling. So I have to pour it something, give it something. So you have to come to that point. It's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. To be dissociated with it, it's not difficult. See, I went to see my doctor last week or week before last. I mean that the usual visit, the annual physical. I said, I have some pain in the back. He said, yeah, you've been, yeah, you have this little bit of arthritis. So it pains a little bit here and now and then it pains a little bit. So I tell the body, oh, shut up. And then this year, we had a slightly long cold spell. I shouldn't call it cold because Madhavi will laugh. I will say cool spell because it was in the 30s, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, between 30 and 40, which is pretty warm for them. Anyways, so especially mornings. So my back used to hurt quite a bit in the mornings. So then I figured out if I take a nice warm shower, feels good. And then the pain really subsides. The body wants the treatment. So I used to give the treatment to the body. Nice hot water on my back or soak in the tub. if needed. Generally, in the bathroom, I have a shower. I don't like to get into the tub. So I have this shower. And then I was telling the doctor, and doctor, yeah, because it helps to relax your muscles, which are causing that arthritis. So it may even be better if you put on a hot pack. So if I survive until my next winter, I will get a nice back hot pack and wear it during the real cool days, maybe for a couple of weeks. And in the mornings, it will be really nice to have that flexibility early in the morning. So what I'm saying is, you have to show the body its place. You have to show the body its place. Only tend to the chitta. Only tend to the chitta. Only attend to the chitta.
Makes sense.
Huh?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why I say attend to the chitta is because of the samskaras. Otherwise, it doesn't need any attention either. It will be permanently connected with Ishvara, and that's it. Because of the kleshas, you have to attend to the chitta to get rid of the bloody samskaras. Okay, people, thank you very much. Any question before I conclude?
No.
I have given a mouthful, earful, whatever.
Weekendful.
Weekendful. Okay. Hopefully next week you will come back saying I am the chitta and not this body. That's my hope.
Sure, sir.
Huh?
Sure,
True.
sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Namaste, sir. Bye, everyone.
Namaste.
Okay.
Thank you.